Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Welcome to her Panwo TV. Well, it's about 9:30 at night and I just got home from Probe Conference, autumn 2009. I spent the day in St Anne's, which is something I've never done before, but I did today. Me and Bardo went for a walk on the beach, and as you'll see when you see the other films that I made, I'm trying to put together my thoughts at the moment and create some kind of assessment or conclusion of the conference. And the word that first springs to mind is confusion. The Probe Conference is often called a UFO Conference. In fact, at the YMCA, they had a thing on the door saying, "No volleyball today, closed due to UFO Conference." So it's often thought of as a UFO Conference, but it's not. It covers all kinds of subjects. And UFOs and aliens just being one of them. This conference was different in the sense that it really only discussed aliens. It really was centred on that. So it really was a UFO conference in that sense of the word. What we've heard today and yesterday and Saturday all across the conference is an enormous variety of different ideas on what aliens are and what UFOs are. And many of these ideas are completely contradictory and cannot possibly all be true. I know there is some truth behind it. There is truth. Aliens exist, UFOs exist. I'm not about to turn skeptic on you. You know, there is too much. There's credible eyewitnesses. There's authentic government and military documents. There are ancient myths across the world that speak of the same story. Aliens exist, and what's more, they've had a relationship with the human species and this planet for many, many centuries and millennia, maybe longer. But what has happened in recent years is that, you know, a seething morass of diverging theories has emerged in the search for this truth, many of it based on speculation, on hunches, on very, very dubious evidence and garbled channeled messages which are unreliable at best, despite the claims of their proponents and discoverers. The truth has been buried. It has been buried by deliberate suppression and simply by time. It's there, it's out there, as the saying goes on the X-Files, but we ain't getting it, and we're nowhere near getting it. And listening to all these people, I don't think is helping me. I'm feeling increasingly muddled in my mind about what's really going on. There's this. I look upon all this research, as I always have done, and I see this seething, undulating mycelium of dubious and half-hearted claims and ideas and notions, and retrieving a coherent narrative from that is proving to be almost impossible. So I actually think that listening to these speakers is not helping me. I still do so because I know that some of them will help me, but most of them are not helping me, and I've got to just learn to sort out the wheat from the chaff. At the moment, I'm having trouble working out what the wheat is and what the chaff is. You know, the most honest speakers in the conference, without a doubt, were Clint Denyer and Ross Hemsworth, because those two men were the only speakers who provided data without any definitive conclusion. I'm suspicious of the tidy package. I'm deeply suspicious of the sewn up answer, the neat package. I'm suspicious of anyone who uses words like decoded and revealed and mastered. And I think you should be suspicious of those people too. So by all means, look at information, but for God's sake, it's like trying to drink out of a fire hose sometimes, and a fire hose is mostly piss. Hospital Porters, Pride and Dignity, Stop the New World Order. Thanks for watching.